Olamide, Wale and Banke have a couple of things in common. They are young Nigerian entrepreneurs exploring opportunities within the country's waste value chains. The World Bank projects that by 2025, urban waste generation in sub-Saharan Africa will rise to 161.27 million tons per year. The report estimates that each person in sub-Saharan Africa generates an average of 0.65 kilograms of waste per day. With Nigeria's population, it naturally sits at the top of the waste generation chain. Sadly, the same cannot be said for its waste management practices, which is generally adjudged by experts as below par.
Now let's attempt to put some context into it for Nigeria. The World Bank estimates that by the year 2025, the country's population would be at about over 210 million, with half of that population living in urban areas. By the same year 2025, just 7 years from now actually, the World Bank estimates that total municipal solid waste per day would amount to over 100,000 tons, with an individual contributing on the average of 0.65 kilograms per day.
I bought a world record, which I got back to Nigeria to realize it was actually made from waste, corn husk. And that was the first thing that actually got my, curious mind to start exploring and seeing the other things we can do with waste products, knowing that we have a lot of waste products in Nigeria.
Recycling is a new industry in Nigeria, so it's an untapped industry. So when it comes to that, the possibilities and opportunities are also endless, because we have a number of waste items that we can recycle. There is plastic, there are PET bottles, there is tires, which is what I do. I upcycle tires, and the list is endless.
We go to low-income communities primarily, educate them about why recycling is important, but we also give them an incentive to recycle. So for instance, if you give us a plastic bottle or cans, cardboard, paper, we essentially educate them that those materials can be recycled into finished products, and we pay them for that material to allow us to make revenues, but also to reward them for these recyclables that they give us too.
For this trio, recycling is one of the many methods Africa must adopt to tackle its waste challenges, as the measure opens windows for job creation while saving the environment. While Nigeria's governments at all levels have made attempts at policies targeted at encouraging proper waste management and recycling, implementation has always been a challenge, as policies are often abandoned halfway.
Right now, one of the big policies that WeCyclers has been a real big proponent for is the extended producer responsibility. And what that is it really mandates and requires a lot of the companies that manufacture and sell these recyclable materials like plastic bottles, cans, to really be responsible for ensuring that the material gets back to a finished product.
We have bodies such as the Recyclers Association of Nigeria and Recycle Points, and a couple of others, WeCyclers, who encourage young entrepreneurs like myself to, keep doing what we're doing, recycle, explore the opportunities that come with recycling and the likes.
We have policies in Nigeria. The question is, do people, work with them? We have policies favoring environment, of course. Recently, the Vice President made recycling like a no tax paying sector. So you probably don't pay tax because we are part of the pioneer status.
Environmentalists have continued to reel out figures backing their claims that by simply recycling and latching onto technology, Nigeria's largely undervalued waste management sector can be converted into a multi-billion-dollar industry. With the apparent poor implementation of government's policies standing in the way, entrepreneurs like Olamide, Wale, Banke and others still upcoming will have to continue to find their way, with the hope that the government can catch up. Christy, CNBC Africa.